In the rain they stood, anxiously waiting,
Just senseless.
nervously pacing.
Shooting down the street, the school went on lockdown.
Parents hoping to hold their kids tight again.
They both said that they was in lockdown, code blue, and I'm like, okay, for real, or is it a drill? He's like, no, for real, and he sent me pictures of everything outside his classroom.
Erin McCormick patiently waited to sign her son and two nieces out of class after shooting a block away prompted Rhodes High School to go on lockdown.
203 Stickney Road, 5203 Stickney Road. They called for 2 shots fired and 2 juveniles running.
According to Cleveland police, witnesses say a red car pulled up near a 16-year-old boy and shots were fired. The teen was shot in the head and remains in critical condition.
I think we're not going to call that there's a child down in the yard.
Police reportedly recovered a weapon near the crime scene. The shooting happened as some students were walking to class.
Yeah, I got the book bag. I got a Glock 40 with a 50-round mag.
So they was walking perfectly fine. Everything was just, didn't done data. And then they turn the corner, shots go down, he starts running. And that's all I can say.
Following the shooting, CMSD issued an all-call to parents, many of whom had already been notified of the incident through their kids.
Doesn't make any sense.
Parents gathered outside the school.
They're very unorganized in this school. They need to get it together.
And in some cases waited over an hour to sign their children out.
People's babies are getting hurt. Like, this is
You can't go home with hate me goes not
crazy,
go home with anybody.
just crazy.
I've been standing out there for a good 45 minutes waiting for my son to get released.
You had to be worried during that time.
Yeah. And I've been in contact with him the whole time on cell phone.
Standing in the rain, parents prayed to be reunited with their children. And it's not the start to the third week of class that anyone wanted.
Something you get used to living
Something
in
I get
Cleveland.
used to living in Cleveland.
That's sad to say, but it is the truth. It's something you get used to.
It's kind of build it and they will come. In between every pole is approximately 30 flags. We're going to set 611 flags today. And each flag will have a tag that'll hang right here.
Michael W. Brown, 1994, Garfield Heights Police.
Behind that printed name is a hero.
Today is the third annual Flags for Honor, which at Edgewater Park in downtown Cleveland, honoring 600 men and women who have given their lives in the military, police, and fire, and professions that people wanted to honor by dedicating a flag to them.
Seeing all these heroes here is very special.
It's a fundraiser for the FBI CLE CAA of Cleveland, which is the FBI Citizens Academy. And our mission is to try to improve relationships between law enforcement and our communities. We have doctors, lawyers, military.
It may be a teacher, a coach, parent.
Anybody who has impacted your life some way or another.
Fallen police officer.
That you want to honor. We're very proud of this.
9/11 Flight 93.
And it transcends the whole country. It's kind of neat to see this.
Should have had this a long time ago and more.
I was taught a long time ago that if you don't serve your country, you need to serve your communities. It's in my blood and it's the least I can do.
I remember being stationed overseas on 9/11 and how much I thought about the people back home.
A thank you to everyone that came before us and, supported us, and we're just wanting to give back in some way.
It just makes a difference to me to be able to show a little bit of support.
As the first American of my family, it's an honor to be here this morning to celebrate the people who gave their lives for this country.
We're here to make sure people don't forget. We want to make sure they remember, and it's not just for this weekend. Hopefully it's throughout the year.
And so we pray today for all of those who are remembered on these flags, who are honored with these flags.
Events like this highlight to our community the importance of supporting those families.
God bless America.
I hope it inspires people not just to remember, but to follow the example of those who were honored with these flags.
And we pray for the heroes among us.
Let the flags serve as a humble reminder of the sacrifices made by everyday heroes for our community and great country.
In the heart of Ohio City is Great Lakes Brewing Company, where behind those brick walls is Steve Foreman.
Math was the only thing I was ever good at.
A mathematician.
So you decided to make beer with it.
Right, yeah.
And a pub brewer, where it's safe to say beer.
When I was younger, there was a lot of Great Lakes has been in me. Now, you know, once or twice a week.
Runs through his veins.
Beer is my life for the most part. If I'm not at home, I'm doing something with beer. On this side here,
Steve has spent more than a decade creating an assortment of beers from their Great Lakes IPA to their Haze Craft and Crushworthy.
Anything I can bring you, can you make a beer out of it?
For the most part. I could figure something out.
Though the recipes are top secret.
Great, do you have the recipe for Christmas ale?
I do.
Would you share it?
No. This is the original system.
He brews them in a machine that dates back to the Great Lakes' first sweet, malty Dortmunder.
This is our brewhouse #1 7-barrel system that Pat and Dan started with back in 1988. I'm really the only one who 99% of the time brews on it. I start here with my water and my grain.
In that system, Steve will experiment, test, and try all kinds of new recipes.
That will come back over.
And if it's a good batch, it'll make it to the draft.
Lighter, citrus wheat.
What starts off as simply beer tested at the pub, oh, that's a nice little pour, will soon be the cans and bottles that you see at the grocery store.
Which are made right across the street from the pub, where they're brewing more than 75 barrels.
We have 2 brews going right now. We have an oatmeal stout that is in the kettle, and then we're starting a Dortmunder Gold.
Of frothy goodness.
In other words, it's a lot of beer.
Yes, it's a lot of beer.
Doing everything Steve would do.
All we're doing here is we're adding water with the grain.
You can smell it.
Just at a bigger scale.
We're separating the husk from the actual liquid that we want.
And before you know it, that beer is on the draft, in a can, or in a bottle, straight from the brewer to the brewery.
1, 2, 3. The Great Lakes IPA. Half of that started over here with recipes, yeah. And then we worked on that one for a while.
Making Steve proud of what he does.
I never thought I'd be doing this crazy of a thing, like such a big deal for such a big company.
Reminding everyone.
Drink more.
Reporting in Ohio City.
Drink more beer.
Edina Busada, News 5.